and welcome to a new video. So how to photograph twin babies during a sitter session. First I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to explain what I did and what makes it successful, because it can be quite challenging. So this is my first setup for now. It's a boy and a girl, which makes it maybe more challenging, I don't know. Limits the backdrops, I think. So I have this one as a backdrop. So yeah, let's first film and then I'll talk about why I'm choosing certain camera settings and light setups and props and stuff. And on yeah. Have you ever seen twins more adorable than those two? That boy, that smile was so cute. Adorable little girl. Adorable big sister who was only 2.5. It's an hour later now. Actually, I have to go and pick up the kids from school. So I'm gonna explain later how I changed camera settings from 1 child to 2 children to 3 children. And what kind of props work so you have them all aligned same distance from the camera. Outfits which look great together. Anyway, so I'm gonna head off and pick up the kids from school. We actually have to go to the dentist this afternoon. So probably tomorrow I'll come back to you and explain it. But how cute were they? Like super cute. Anyway, talk to you later. Okay, so what are some of my tips and tricks when photographing twins? Yeah, and if you're wondering about my hair, these are natural curls. I washed it with Girly Girl approved shampoo, some leave-in conditioner, and then some gel. And I rinsed it out with cold water and then wrapped it in like a microfiber towel. I didn't brush it. I'm getting my natural curls back, so that's great. Anyway, okay, so tip number 1 is take photos of the children apart and together. So yeah, take some individual shots as well. It's great for the child to have shots of themselves, I think, when they grow up, because they already do a lot together when they're twins. They're in a lot of photos together. So take some individual portraits as well. When baby's ready to go, or they start taking photos, mom can change the other baby. Then we do some photos together. Then I continue with the one that was last getting dressed, and then mom can already start changing the other baby. So you kind of like go with the flow, you don't lose too much time. I would say change your aperture depending on the number of kids you're photographing. I love a blurry background. I love shooting wide open. Here in the studio I use my 24 to 70mm lens, and when it's wide open at 2.8 it sometimes misses focus. So I photograph with 1 step like smaller as far as aperture. So I usually have it at 3.2. When I'm outside with my 105mm, I love shooting wide open, 1.4. It works great with the Nikon Z6II. Hardly ever misses focus, so that's great. But in the studio, I usually have it set at 3.2, sometimes 2.8. That's for 1 child. When I'm photographing 2 children, with twins, you do that a lot, I shoot with a smaller aperture, so I might go to like 4.5 or even 5.6 when the older sibling join in as well, because they're hardly ever aligned exactly the same distance from the camera, so like their eyes, and then if you focus on 1 child, they use a single focus point, and the one sibling is a little bit more to the back or a little bit more to the front, like there's a shorter or longer distance between the eyes of the other child in the camera, that those eyes might be out of focus if you shoot with a very wide aperture. So that's why I shoot with a smaller aperture, so like a higher f number when I'm shooting multiple children. So I did change a lot during this shoot, and because I changed the aperture, I also changed my ISO to match the light. So if I photograph with 1 or 2 steps smaller aperture, I get less light in the photo. So I crank up my ISO with 1 or 2 steps. So I have kind of like the same light overall in my photos. But whenever I shoot with a larger aperture, I can lower my ISO because there's more light coming into the photo. When I shoot with a smaller aperture, like a higher f number, I lose light, so I crank up my ISO. So that's where I played around. Another tip when you're photographing twins, make sure that you already have some outfits laid out for the mom when she comes in. At least that's what I like outfits that kind of match together, look nice together with the backdrop, because it's a lot of work. Like my babies during sitter sessions wear 3 or 4 different outfits. So times 2, that's like 8 outfits that the mom has to choose when she comes in. And I mean, when she sees the decors, but she's changing the baby, so she's busy. And there was another sibling as well. So what I did beforehand, I already picked out outfits that looked nice together. One for the boy, one for the girl. They kind of like had the same color scheme that would look nice with the backdrop. So she could see it. I still asked her, for the girl, do you like a jumpsuit romper? Are you more like dresses, skirts? So I could change because I know what I have in my client closet. She doesn't know. She's overwhelmed. She has a lot to do handling the kids, changing the kids. So I helped her picking out, and then I helped styling the girls as well with some headbands that look nice together, some hats for the boys. So help your clients because otherwise they feel overwhelmed. So have some ready to go with the set and some boy-girl outfits that look nice together for the twins, or boy-boy or girl-girl, whatever you have. Help the mom. So with sitter sessions, sometimes they walk. Usually they don't yet, but they crawl or like they go on their arms, like moving forward. So, I mean, you can have the baby sit next to each other and maybe after a split second, one is off. In this case, one could crawl, the other one couldn't really crawl yet, but the girl was very active, she was moving around. So I make sure I have some buckets or bowls where the babies can sit together in the bucket or bowl. Gives me some time to photograph them before actually one heads off and has something else to do. So when you have a bowl or bucket, normally for a newborn, I make sure my underarm fits in it. That's like a bowl that's great for a newborn, and you can use it for a sitter as well. They can sit in the bowl, bucket, whatever. With twins, you want to have a bucket that's a little bit bigger, but not too big, because it's nice when they're cozy sitting together. And we have like a huge bucket, one baby sitting here, one baby sitting there. It doesn't really look cozy and cute together. It can be, but anyway, like, yeah, in this case, I used this bucket. It's very heavy. It's like wood. Actually, they used these ones, I think, to make cheese in. I bought it in like an antique market, but it's really heavy. I can hardly like lift it like this. And it's a little bit bigger. So it fits my underarm, like with the fist, and then a little bit more. I don't know if I can show. Can you see? So like for a normal bucket, for a sitter to sit in, you can go like up until your wrist. They can sit in it. For a newborn to lie on their back, usually I go with my underarm, maybe a little bit more. In this case, when you have a sitter session with 2 kids, underarm, fist, and a little bit more. And yeah, maybe even bigger would have been better because their legs were a little bit like folded over each other next to each other, but that was cute as well. I quite like that. So this is a good size bucket for twins. But yeah, when you have like a little bench where they can sit in, great. With sitter sessions, I don't have them sit on like a high bench without back support or side support because they can fall off. But like in the crib, I just took photos of them by themselves. And when you have like a bump blanket, you can have them sit on there and then take a photo. Have the mom help you, so she can place one child on it, like the one that's the runner. And then you're already ready with your camera to take the first shots before that child heads off. But yeah, once they, I mean, if it's a twin session with 1-year-old twins who can already walk, it's more challenging. So you might want to have like bigger buckets where they can both sit in, baskets, stuff like that. In this case, I could still post them on their belly as well, even though they wanted to sit up and head off. But maybe distract them with a little toy, like a rattle toy of their own, the rocking horses that you might have in the studio. Maybe even like a cartoon that they like play it on the mom's phone, put the phone right above your camera so you have their attention, something like that. What I do as a last tip, I don't charge more for twin sessions. They usually take the same amount of time anyway. There are some more images in the gallery. In my case, it doesn't matter because like a number of images are included in the session fee. They can order more and pay for the extra images. I mean, in their case, it's a good deal when they go for the whole gallery because it's a set amount. Doesn't matter how many files are in the gallery. So she had a little bit more files in the gallery. With twins, they usually take all the photos anyway in the gallery, in my case, because it's not like a super high amount for all the images. So, and I took some photos of the older sibling as well because, I mean, it's hard for her. She has like 2 siblings who ask for a lot of attention. So it was nice to photograph her as well, make her feel special, give some compliments, make her feel beautiful. She could wear one of my other dresses, like a headband. Not all the attention has to go to the twins if there's an older sibling. Take a few seconds to take a few photos of the older sibling as well, the mom, will thank you for it and love you and recommend you to all her friends and maybe come back when the twins are older. So yeah, just some customer service. Let's see if I have any more advice to give. I don't know at the moment, there might be some more. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Love reading your comments. And then, yeah, hopefully I see you in the comments. You can see my next video. Beautiful DIY project coming up. And just some other fun videos. So thanks for watching.